Hi friends, welcome on YourPedia. So this video is related to very important topic in Coal India Limited in general awareness and general knowledge. So this one is related to power plant, ports and waterways. So friends, Coal India Limited has not given detailed syllabus, but in 2025 the syllabus was released as 15-16 topics. In those 15-16 topics, one was port, power plant and waterways. Waterways was not mentioned clearly, but it was port and power plant. When I saw papers in 2017 and 2020, previous year papers and others also, I found that yes, questions were asked from power plant, nuclear power plant, hydroelectric power plant, and questions were asked from port also. So port and power plant is important topic. So in today's video, I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you about these power plants, nuclear power plants, how many power plants we have, what are the most important things related to that, and ports in India and waterways in India. This document is very important, and please don't miss this particular lecture. Revise it very well. Some questions may come in your actual exam from here, and I'm very sure you are preparing nicely for your Coal India Limited exam. 11th June is the last date till you can fill the form, and exam CBT can be in first week of August. So let's start it, friends. So as you see, this 11th June you can fill the form. In case you have not filled the form, please do that. And the age is till 30th year. So PSUs do not permit that much of age. So in case you are eligible to apply, you should surely apply, and this is the number of seats. And the best thing is only CBT, no written exam. So those who score high in CBT will get through it. Paper 1, paper 2 equal weightage. Paper 1 has 4 components. So general knowledge and awareness 25 marks. So whatever I am teaching you, that will come 25 marks in your exam. Now let's see the syllabus which was released by Coal India. These are the topics which are mentioned there. So I'm today talking about the ports and power plants. That is what the topic given in Coal India Limited exam. And then on the basis of this, friends, detailed syllabus was released by the mentors of YourPedia on the basis of previous year questions. So this detailed syllabus, I mean the weightage and everything analysis was done on the basis of the previous years. So this is the detailed syllabus. So I'm sure you people already have this detailed syllabus of Coal India Limited, और आपने इसको कर लिया होगा. ये कोल सेक्टर, कोल एनर्जी सेक्टर, मिनरल्स, एवरीथिंग, इसकी एक बुक is going to be released covering entire general this non-technical paper, English, reasoning, aptitude, general awareness, general knowledge. The book is being released in May itself. When I'm recording this video, today is 24th of May. So by the end of the May, book will be in the market. You can take that book, and most of the questions you can think of will be from that book or from the PDFs which will be shared to all those who will purchase the book later on, or test series which you will be having. So this Coal India Limited ports and power plant, previous year questions were asked from Kudamkulam nuclear power station. So what is the capacity of particular reactor? Indian Port Association, when was it created? So Indira Sagar hydroelectric power plant, on which river it is. Coolant, typically what is the coolant in nuclear reactor used? And these are some of the questions that appointments and all we will discuss later on. Okay, so nuclear power plants in India. So let's start about this, friends. So if you see, coal is the main source of energy in India. Coal, then comes hydro. Coal means thermal power plant. Today we will do thermal power plant also. So thermal power plant में maximum जो fuel consume होता है, that is coal. So understand, coal, that is thermal power plant, caters to almost 80%, 78 or 80%. We'll see that. Followed by hydro, followed by solar, then wind, then nuclear. So the energy in India, how it is harnessed? Thermal power plant, then hydro power plant, then it comes your solar, then wind, then nuclear. Nuclear only, now if you see, 3% only. So there are 25 nuclear reactors, 1, 2, 3 ऐसे उसको reactors में count हो जाता है, and there are 7 nuclear power plant. So power plant is different from reactor. In one power plant you can have 2 or 3 reactors also. So total installed capacity is 8880 megawatts, somewhere around this only. I mean around 9000 megawatts. So roughly you can understand. In some places you will find it is 8, 6 something megawatt also, because some reactors are not operational. So it is 3% of total power generation in India, and some reactors are under construction. So 11 reactors are under construction also, and government of India has kept a target to realize 100 gigawatt of nuclear energy by 2047. So 2047, once we complete 100 years of independence, by that time government says that we will Viksit Bharat, developed India, and by Viksit Bharat we should have 100 gigawatt of nuclear energy. So exam में question can come कि हमने कितना target रखा है by 2047, what should be the nuclear energy in India. So India actually has a lot of thorium. We do not have uranium, but we have thorium. But as of now, our most of the power plants are pressurized heavy water reactors. They are not thorium based reactors, but we want we have 3 stages of 3-step nuclear program in India. We will discuss about that also. So enriched uranium is as of now huge, which we import actually, and most of our reactors are pressurized heavy water reactor along with the light water reactor. So light water reactors are heavy water reactor, they are not pressurized heavy water reactor. Light water means not pressurized, right? So pressurized में heavy high pressure होता है, so that high temperature also is attained. ये टेबल आपको याद करना है फ्रेंड्स. सो कुडमकुलाम इन तमिलनाडु, सो 2013 में ये स्टार्ट हुआ था, and if you can see this Tarapur is 1969. One of the oldest is Tarapur, TAPS, Tarapur Atomic Power Station. So there are units 1 and 2 of 160 megawatt, 3 and 4 540 megawatt. So each unit is like this. So Kodamkulam is 1000 megawatt, maximum is 1000 megawatt each. 2 reactors 1000 megawatt, so 2000 megawatt 2013 में बना था. So why this question was asked? Because maximum capacity of particular reactor is 1000 megawatt, particular reactor. If you see Tarapur 160 megawatt, 540 megawatt. So in one power plant, Tarapur is one power plant, and how many reactors we have? We have 4 reactors, 2 of 160 megawatt and 2 of 540 megawatt. Kudamkulam, how many reactors we have? We have 2 reactors. So if you count this all, there will be 25 reactors. But if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 nuclear power plants, and reactors are more, because in one power plant there are more reactors also. So I don't think he is going to ask you question how many reactors we have or how many power plants we have, because there is some kind of variation there. Kaga is in this thing also, that is Karnataka, and then Madras Atomic Power Station, Kalpakkam. Narora is in Uttar Pradesh. Narora, Uttar Pradesh. Kalpakkam, Tamil Nadu. Kaga in Karnataka. Tarapur in Maharashtra. Kakrapar in Gujarat. Rawat Bhata in Rajasthan. Kudamkulam in Tamil Nadu. So which power plant and which state, that question can be asked. Which one is the oldest? That is Tarapur, when 1969. Which one is the latest? That is Kudamkulam, 2013. So what is the smallest power plant capacity? That is 100 megawatt. That is in Rawat Bhata unit, right? So this is some more information about this. So largest nuclear power station is Kudamkulam, 1000 megawatt. Oldest is Tarapur. So Kaga, Kali River. So something which is important, you should know that, right? Okay, so this some information about that. And now, yeah, so to reduce carbon emission and dependency on fossil fuel, India is basically going for now this reactors power plants. So prototype fast breeder reactor, we want to, this is something which is expansion in 2031 2032. We want to create prototype fast breeder reactor. Fast breeder reactor is advanced stage reactors. So 2047 vision, I already told you, and we want to create small modular reactors. So this is what government is planning. And in Haryana, we are creating 700 megawatt power reactors in Gorakhpur nuclear power plant. So Gorakhpur nuclear power plant is not in Uttar Pradesh, it is in Haryana, it is under construction. So this is futuristic thing. So long-term vision, fast breeder reactor, and new which are coming up. And something which is being constructed are this. In Madhya Pradesh, Chutka, Banswara, Rajasthan, Kaga, Karnataka, Bhimpur, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh में Kovada, Haripur in West Bengal. So these are the new power plants which are planned. These are being created. Now, what is the nuclear physics behind this power plant? So, who discovered radioactivity process? Radioactivity, Henry Becquerel, the scientist behind some kind of discovery. So you have discovery and invention, also one of the topics. So who discovered what? So Henry Becquerel discovered radioactivity, and Pierre Curie, Marie Curie also worked on that. So exam ke liye this is important. Radioactivity, Henry Becquerel. Atomic structure, Rutherford. Nuclear fission, Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann. Nuclear fusion, Mark Oliphant. So these are the name of the scientist and something which was invented. So these power plants works on nuclear fission process, not fusion. Nuclear fusion process is something which is observed in the sun. So main source of energy of sun is nuclear fusion process. Hydrogen plus hydrogen gives you helium, that is solar energy. Fission is in the nuclear reactor or nuclear bomb. This fission process is the basically this energy, source of energy. So this was little nuclear physics. Atomic energy history. 1948 Atomic Energy Commission under chairmanship of Homi Jahangir Bhabha was created. So when was Atomic Energy Commission created and who was the chairman of that? And today we have Bhabha Atomic Research Center in his name, Homi Jahangir Bhabha. So it was to promote research in science and technology, and atomic energy establishment was at Trombay 1954, and now it is Bhabha Atomic Research Center. It was made in 1967 in the name of its founder. So this is a little bit information. So India went nuclear in 1974 when Indira Gandhi was Prime Minister. We conducted our first nuclear test, Smiling Buddha, and we became 6th country in the world to possess nuclear weapon. Today, and then when Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee was Prime Minister in 1998, that time we conducted the second nuclear test. Right. So today we are member of Atomic Energy Agency and Nuclear Supplier Group also. Okay. Now we are creating, indigenously means we are ourselves designing prototype of fast breeder reactor at Kalpakkam, Tamil Nadu. And it's the first criticality was achieved in 2026 April itself, recently, and there's a reason it is recent news now. So a fast breeder reactor in Kalpakkam has achieved the criticality. So this is 500 megawatt electric reactor, and this is the organization which is making it, Bharatiya Navikiya Vidyut Nigam Limited, Bhavini, and Kalpakkam nuclear at the Kalpakkam nuclear complex. So India has entered the second stage of its three-stage nuclear program. So Bhabha, conceived, Bhabha had vision of three-stage nuclear program in India. So India is the second country after Russia to operate its fast breeder reactor. Right. So this is a big achievement for India. So India wants to achieve net zero by 2070, as told by our Prime Minister, that India will achieve net zero. Net zero means the carbon which is emitted by the country and the carbon which is, we are sinking the carbon, we are the carbon produced or carbon sink, that will be equal. So net carbon produced will be zero. So net zero is by 2070. What is the meaning of criticality? Criticality means the point at which nuclear fission chain reaction will be controlled and sustained. तो जितने न्यूट्रॉन प्रोड्यूस होते हैं फिशन से, they are basically getting absorbed and leakage will be equal. So stable nuclear power. Criticality means we have attained the critical nuclear chain reaction. Chain reaction should not become uncontrolled, because if the chain reaction becomes uncontrolled, that is nuclear bomb where a lot of energy is released. But if it is criticality in nuclear reactors, the chain reaction is controlled or critically controlled, and in nuclear bomb it is uncontrolled. So criticality means we have achieved this. So recently in April 2026, what happened, we in Kalpakkam we basically reached the criticality, that we successfully tested fast breeder reactor. Now India's three-stage nuclear power program, what is that? So as India has limited uranium, and let me tell you friends, for nuclear reactors, the fuel is uranium, enriched uranium, which is uranium 235. Uranium 238 is a natural uranium, but uranium 235 is enriched uranium through centrifuge or something. There is a device called centrifuge through which the natural uranium is enriched, and this enriched uranium is used as a fuel to run the nuclear reactor. This is, we do not have this uranium, so we import it. But thorium, India has sufficient thorium, but thorium is used later stage, not in the initial stage. So India has 3-stage nuclear power program, and first stage is pressurized heavy water reactor. So as of now we have pressurized heavy water reactor where natural uranium is used as a fuel to generate power, and the spent fuel from these reactor will produce the plutonium and become the primary input for next stage. Fast breeder reactor is the second stage. So the plutonium which we obtained in stage 1 is used as a fuel in fast breeder reactor, so which generate more fuel than they consume. So fast breeder reactor at Kalpakkam is basically the recent test for that. And these reactors will be used to breed uranium 233 from thorium, and third stage will start. So first stage fuel is natural uranium, you can enrich it also, and then this enriched uranium is used in nuclear bombs. So centrifuge is the device, and if you see, that is what US tells Iran. US tells Iran that you cannot natural uranium should not be converted into enriched uranium using centrifuge, because if it is enriched uranium, it can be used for making nuclear bomb. So uranium 238, which is natural uranium, is used in the first stage pressurized heavy water reactor to produce the plutonium. Plutonium eventually will produce or breed uranium 233. And third stage is thorium based reactor. India has sufficient thorium, so this will basically be used to harness India's thorium reserves, and uranium 233 produced in second stage will be used as fuel for this stage, right? So once we reach third stage, then India will become real good power for producing a lot of nuclear energy. So that is the third stage. So first stage, second stage, third stage. So currently our installed capacity, as we discussed earlier, is this much gigawatt, 8.7 gigawatt, 8.8 gigawatt, 881 something I told you megawatt. So 1000 megawatt is 1 gigawatt, so 8.8 gigawatt, and we want to reach up to 100 gigawatt by 2047. So it is only 3% of India's requirement, and we want to expand this. By 2030-31 we want to reach 22 gigawatt, and this is what India's present scale is. But as I told you, in the Union Budget 25-26, it was said that there is a nuclear energy mission. So we talked about nuclear energy mission in Union Budget, and we said that 100 gigawatt we want to generate by 2047. Right? So that is what we are targeting in long term. Nuclear energy mission in Union Budget 2025-26. So in Coal India Limited exam, Union Budget is also mentioned in your syllabus. So what is latest schemes or policies or targets of government? So that also can be discussed. Union Budget 2025-26 says that India wants to become Viksit Bharat by 2047. So we need to have nuclear energy with us. So this is basically India's energy sector. So financial allocation means 20,000 crore will be spent on R&D. Small modular reactors will be created up to the capacity of 300 megawatt, and at least 5 such we want to create by 2033. Small modular reactor capacity is 100 gigawatt we want to produce by 2047. And government even is enacted Shanti Act, which enable public and private entities to participate in nuclear R&D. So even private players are basically added into that. So remember that 20,000 crore is to be spent on R&D. Small modular reactor are to produce 5 small modular reactor of 300 megawatt each by 2033, and 100 gigawatt we want to achieve by 2047. So private sector and regulatory integrations. Atomic Energy Commission, that is the body, is a policy making body, and it is directly under Prime Minister. Department of Atomic Energy is directly under Prime Minister. It was established basically in 1st March 1958, right? Originally it was uh, in 1948 August, and headquarters is in Mumbai. So presently Atomic Energy Commission chief is Dr. Ajit Kumar Mohanty. He's the Secretary of Department of Atomic Energy. So International Atomic Energy Agency head office is in Vienna. Director General is Rafael Mariano Grossi. So it was established in 29 July 1957, and it promotes the peaceful use of nuclear energy. So it is a basically world's intergovernment forum. So International Atomic Energy Agency, that is an international body which takes care of that nuclear energy is not misused. It is not used for creating nuclear bomb, but for peaceful use to create nuclear reactors. So type of nuclear reactors, friends: pressurized heavy water reactor. So you should understand that it is pressurized water reactor. Sorry, pressurized water reactor is 10 megawatt or 100 bar pressure. So sometime it is asked, pressurized water means what pressure? Or a 300 degree centigrade tak temperature of liquid increases. That means if liquid is at high temperature, if the pressure increases, pressure cooker mein, pressure cooker mein, there's a pressure is more than atmospheric, so temperature of the something which is being cooked in the pressure cooker is more. So as pressure increases, temperature also increases, and that is energy which is used in thermal or nuclear power plants, right? Steam will be produced, and that steam eventually will run the power plant. So 10 megapascal or 10 or 100 bar, 100 atmospheric pressure is the pressure inside 300 degree centigrade. So it uses ordinary water as coolant and moderator. Water is at high pressure, so pressurized water reactor, right? Not heavy water, pressurized water reactor. So boiling water reactor, it is not pressurized, so it is boiling water reactor, normal temperature. So in initial power plants like Tarapur was the oldest in 1969, we used boiling water reactor. Pressurized heavy water reactor, this is normally we are using a lot now. So most of our reactors are in this category. So D2O is a heavy water which is used as coolant as well as moderator, and natural uranium is used as fuel. So this is the backbone of India's nuclear power program. Heavy water is used as coolant and moderator. So coolant is basically which takes the heat away, and moderator is to moderate the speed of uranium. So I'll discuss about that. Enriched uranium is not required, only natural uranium. So uranium 238 is used, uranium 235 is used for making nuclear bomb, and from this to this centrifuge is used. This is a natural uranium which is available in the nature. Light water reactor is boiling water reactor or pressurized water reactor. So light water reactor means these two are light water only. The light water, they are using the light water, and heavy water is D2O. So light water reactor. So these are some categories. India mein pressurized heavy water reactor. Now some components: nuclear fuel, as I told you, enriched uranium 235 is used for nuclear fission process. Moderator is name: heavy water, graphite, ordinary water, they can be moderator. So neutron at very high speed is released in the nuclear fission process, and its kinetic energy is moderated by moderator. So kinetic energy is reduced. So these neutrons are basically slowed down, and these become thermal neutron, which can further sustain the fission process. Control rods are made up of boron, cadmium, and hafnium. So they absorb the neutron. So I don't want that neutron produced should be more than what is required for criticality. उतने ही न्यूट्रॉन प्रोड्यूस हो जिससे आपका सस्टेनेबल रिएक्शन रहे. आई डोंट वांट टू प्रोड्यूस मोर न्यूट्रॉन आल्सो. सो उनको अब्सॉर्ब करने के लिए देयर आर कंट्रोल रॉड्स. कूलेंट इज वाटर, हीलियम गैस, लिक्विड मेटल लाइक सोडियम और मोल्टन सॉल्ट. दिस इज द कूलेंट जो रिएक्टर के अंदर होता है, और इंटेंस हीट विच इज जनरेटेड इन द कोर, दैट हीट इज टेकन बाय दीज कूलेंट्स, right? So boiling water reactor and all, eventually there's another loop in which this heat by the coolant is given to the water, and then water in the steam form goes further. Then a shield is provided of steel and high density concrete. That is how the shield is provided. So that was all about nuclear power plant. So आपका कोल इंडिया लिमिटेड के अंदर जो मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चन आए हैं फ्रेंड्स, दे आर फ्रॉम द न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट, बट Yes, because coal is used in thermal power plants. Coal is used in thermal power plant, and 75 to 78% of the energy in India is, thermal energy, and followed by hydro energy. So hydro power plant, thermal power plant, nuclear power plant. यहाँ से question आ सकता है. They are important. Now, hydroelectric power plant, if you see in India, they are in northern Himalayas, Western Ghat. This hydro power plant is second most, that is the significant energy source in India after thermal power plant. So this is the potential. So let's discuss about that. So hydro potential in India is this much megawatt. So 145 gigawatt, you can say. So this is 145 gigawatt is the potential, but capacity कितनी है अभी? तो 42 gigawatt is the capacity. So that is the capacity as of now. So 1000 megawatt is gigawatt, 42.1 is the gigawatt is the hydel potential, sorry, capacity. Capacity means अभी बना सकते हैं हम इसको, हमारे पास इतना hydel location है. Potential means अभी उसके ऊपर we have not made the hydel power plant there, but if we make, that can be there. So potential is one thing. So this potential, and basically at load factor. Load factor means at what percentage we are using our hydel power plants. Like if we can run it at 100%, then presently we are running it at 60% of the time. We can run it 100%. Like I can work 10 hours a day, but I am working 66 hours a day. So that means I am working at my 60% load factor. So hydropower capacity, so India wants by 2030 we have to develop 29%. That is this much we want to develop out of this much of the capacity which we have. That is our, so 197 hydropower stations are there, and this is the capacity which we have, 4786 megawatt, right? So some more data. So these top 5 hydroelectric power plants are in Uttarakhand, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, and Gujarat. Oldest hydropower plant is Sidrapong Hydroelectric Power Station, created in 1897. NHPC, National Hydro Power Corporation, is the biggest hydropower generating public sector. So micro plant, hydroelectric plant is 100 kilowatt, up to 100 kilowatt. Then up to 2 megawatt is mini, small is till 25 megawatt, and mega is 500 plus. Right? So these are some names, friends, which you have to understand where they are. Nagarjuna Sagar hydroelectric power plant, in the river on which Nagarjuna Sagar is, that is Krishna, state Andhra Pradesh. It was commissioned in 1967, and this is the capacity. So please go through once some names, because as question can be asked. So what are the important? Nagarjuna Sagar is important on Krishna river, and after that Subansiri, Arunachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Hasdeo, Sardar Sarovar, very important, Narmada, created in 2017, Sardar Sarovar, latest. Bhakra, one of the oldest, Satluj river. Pong, Himachal Pradesh. So these are in Himachal Pradesh only, all. Baglihar is very important because of Indo-Pak confrontation on this. Baglihar is in Chenab river, Jammu and Kashmir. So Indira Sagar, Narmada. Son river, Bansagar. Hirakund, Mahanadi, very very old, one of the earliest, 1957, Hirakund. Ranjit Sagar, Ravi river, Punjab. So just go through. Tihri is Uttarakhand, Bhagirathi river. So river and hydel power plants, you should be aware about that. Now thermal power plants are mainly because of coal. So about 78% of India's total electricity is thermal power plant, and combined capacity is 243 megawatt. Majority is coal. So thermal energy gets converted into mechanical energy. So the significance of thermal power plant is that 78% of total energy requirement of India is from thermal, and this is 243 gigawatt. So this is the schematic diagram of thermal power plant. So there is a boiler where fuel is burned, and the water is pumped to boiler, then it goes to turbine, the steam goes to turbine, and then condenser. So this is the power plant. And then, from turbine there's a shaft which rotates in the electric generator, and electricity goes to, supply to the people. And then there's a cooling water tower and everything, installed capacity and everything should be known. So types of thermal power plant: coal based, most dominant are, lignite is used, and uh, you know anthracite, bituminous, lignite, these are the categories of the coal. So there is coal based, there is gas based, there is oil based, biomass based. This is a fuel. So coal is maximum, most dominant is coal. So coal is anthracite, bituminous, lignite categories. First thermal power plant in India was Calcutta Electric Supply Corporation in Calcutta. Tata Power commissioned first major thermal unit at Trombay. In independent India, India's first 500 megawatt thermal power plant was Trombay Thermal Power Station. Major thermal power plants in India as of now: NTPC based, largest in India is Madhya Pradesh, Vindhyachal, 4760 megawatt. Then Adani Power, second largest is coal based Adani Power in Mundra, Gujarat. Very, very famous nowadays because of Adani Power, coal based plant. And Reliance in Madhya Pradesh, Adani in Tirora, NTPC, coal based, right? Trombay, Tata's first 500 megawatt was Tata Power. So these are some of the thermal power plants in India. So as you can see, Adani is coming, Reliance is coming, Adani Power is coming into power plants. So some data: India shares 78%, 243 gigawatt. Coal based is largely the coal based. Largest thermal power plant Madhya Pradesh, NTPC. Second largest Mundra. So this information you should have. Then ports in India. India coastline is 7517 kilometer. Entire coastline of India is 7515 meter. So that is a coastline. So India has 13 major ports and 200 minor ports also. So 95% of India's trade by volume is through maritime, through sea. So export import, that is one of the main thing for India. So major port are Mumbai Port, Jawaharlal Nehru Port, Navi Mumbai, Deen Dayal Port, Kandala Gujarat, Marmagaon Goa, New Mangalore, Cochin Port. So on the east coast, Shyamaji Prasad Mukherjee Pradeep Port in Odisha, on Visakhapatnam Port, Tamil Nadu, Chennai, Tuticorin. So these are some of the ports, right? And this is the detail which is provided: the name of the port and the state where it is. So exam question can come which port and which state. And also don't forget to read about something about these, like Mumbai port is the oldest one and the largest natural port in India. Natural port. Largest container port is Jawaharlal Nehru. Largest port in India by volume is, Kandala, Gujarat. Deen Dayal Port it is called now. Oldest operating port in India is Shyamaji Prasad Mukherjee, Kolkata Port. Deepest port is Visakhapatnam. If you talk about fossil fuel like coal, oil, which ports are handling that? Mundra Port in Gujarat, world's largest private coal import terminal. Highest volume of crude oil is Deendayal, Gujarat. Right, so this is something important. Then waterways, that means through inland waterways. There are 111 waterways, but only few of these are operational as of now. 13 waterways, national waterways, are operational. The waterway number 1, waterway number 2, waterway number 3, waterway number 4. These 4 waterways are very, very important. Ganga, Bhagirathi, Hooghly is waterway number 1. Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal. So Brahmaputra river is waterway number 2. So national highway, national waterway 1, national waterway number 2, national waterway number 3. So these are some waterways which are operational, but number 4 only you should remember. And then a lot of questions, friends. So as I told you, this document is very important, and don't forget to do questions. Please revise the questions also. Document is important, questions are important. I'm very sure some question is going to come from here. So entire Coal India general awareness, general knowledge is very simple domain. It is not difficult domain. Only thing is you have to understand what is being taught, then take this document, revise this document, and do the questions. So all this content, all these questions you will find in our book also. Go through that book, and those who will take the book will also be provided some PDFs to learn, and test series also. So in the test series you will get more questions. Thank you.